Welcome to Cleaning with Chaos. Yeah, it's Cleaning with Chaos and Delco. Now, the other day on Tuesday, I believe it was, when I went live for my Tuesday's Treasures, I showed a couple of comics and I said that I was going to press them. And I did. I steamed them, put them in my press, and took them out and realized got some schmutz or something on them that I didn't notice when I was getting ready to press them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these a quick clean. I'm not going to put them back in heat because that's a real pain in the rear. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them up a little bit, and then I'm going to repress them in a cold press for 2 days, and we'll see how they come out. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to have to use a MacuClean on these. Get my board. And hopefully I can get most of that off. I don't need to do the whole cover, just where that nastiness is. Okay. Set that one off to the side and do the next one. I think this one is a little bit here, and most of it's on the back side. Yeah, it's got some back here. I wish I had noticed that before, because apparently that's embedded itself into the comic, so that's not going to come out too easily. But we'll give it a try. Yeah, maybe it did. If it comes out, it comes out, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Looks like most of it came out. This looks like a little bit of the ink came off of it. Got some more up here that I didn't see before. Yeah, maybe I do need to do the whole cover. I hate working on new comics, because when you work on a new comic, you're really taking a risk, especially with pressing them, because it is so easy for them to get, for the pages to stick together. You really got to be careful with the heat. Ideally, the best way to do it would be to take a parchment sheet, one of these, cut it in half and put one, or fold it and layer it in between every single page. That would be the ideal to keep them from sticking together. I don't have time for that, so I'm just really careful about the way I do it. This has got a curve here. There was something that was set on there, then that's what caused that to schmutz up like it did. It's almost dry. Both of these are almost dry. It's pretty warm in here right now. I just turned the heater off, but I made sure it was warm before I started. Yeah, just to make sure there's nothing on there. I'm going to set that down. Got some on the back, on the bottom of the back too. We'll see what we can do about that. Alright, I'm going to do the back side of that other comic. I'm going to go over them with water the way I normally do, and then I'll show you the results, and we'll probably work on something in the meantime. So I decided while I wait on the other two comics that are in the press, I'd go ahead and work on this one. And this is one that I want to add into my collection, but it's pretty dirty. The staple is really badly rusted. I don't know if I can get the rust off or it's going to break when I take it out. And the back is really bad. And it has a nice long split right here. I want to fix a portion of that split. I'm not going to go all the way down with it because it's missing a piece here. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do to fix this up a little bit. First thing I want to do is take that staple out so I can start soaking it and see if maybe I can get it to yeah, it's in pretty bad shape. I do have a 1968 staple that I can use to replace it with if I need to. Don't really want to do that. And this is a 1966 comic. It should be okay. The staples are pretty much the same for late Silver Age like that. So, but hopefully the staple won't break, and it's just thick surface rust that we have to worry about. So we'll take this one out, and then I'll start cleaning the comic. Yeah, this staple's shot. Might be able to fix it if I had the stuff to do zinc coating. I might be able to save it, but I don't. And the staple is really weak. I don't know that I don't know that the vinegar bath will help it. It's liable to disintegrate it. But we're going to give it a shot anyway and see what happens. Like I said, I do have another staple that I can replace it with. It's just not something I like doing. And since it's from my own collection, if worse came to worse, I could always just... You know what? I'm going to take this cover completely off because that spine is really weak and I want to reinforce it some. And also the centerfold needs to be reinforced slightly. That'll only take me a few seconds to do. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty weak. Need a little reinforcement up here and down here, and I don't know, I might try to fill that in. I've got a new formula that might work for that, so I might try to fill that in. But first things first, and the first things I want to do is clean it some. So let me get started on this staple and see what I can do with it, and I'll be right back. Alright, I took the mat off because when I heat up the paper, it warps the mat, and the board's warped here, but that's not a big deal. I want to flatten these areas out too. So that's another reason why I want to go ahead and I might go ahead and do a little bit of there we go. I'm gonna make sure as much of this is cleaned up as possible. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's go ahead and warm it up some. And as always, the only pressure that's applied is the weight of the little iron. So all it should be doing is heating it up. Yeah, nice and warm. Not toasty, but warm. Might be better if I put some Immaculate in some water and just soaked the whole page, but it's so weak that I'm worried about it coming apart. I don't really want to put it back together again, so we're just going to do it this way. I should be pulling a lot of dirt off of there. Yeah. First round I definitely pulled a lot of dirt off. Look at that. Lots of dirt on this. I'm going to turn it around so I can do the other side and let that side dry. In the meantime, warm up this side. Quite a bit of dirt off of that. I'm going to let the whole thing dry. I'm going to keep working on this, and then I'll come back to you when it's a little cleaner and it looks a little better. You all know this procedure. You've seen me do it hundreds of times. So, yeah. I'm going to do the inside of it as well as the outside. See how weak it is? All of that should be reinforced. Okay, I decided to go ahead and soak the cover because it's really, really bad. I've been soaking it for about 30 minutes. I drained all the water off of it, and now I'm just letting it sit because I don't want to try to pick it up. Because if I try to pick it up at this point, it's definitely going to split. The spine will be gone. So that's just going to sit there for a while. In the meantime, while we wait for those covers, or for those other comics, let's see what we can do about this water stain here. Now, I don't know that I can get it off, but I'm always willing to try. This is not the same as the... it's not quite the same. I mean, this is newsprint, and the the cover is a glossy paper, so this might work as where the other did. I have Immaculate on here, and I just want to go over it and see what happens. See if I can get that tide mark out. You have to remember, tide marks are on both sides of the paper. That's not working too good. Let me open it up. Now if the tide mark gets bigger, then of course I'll stop. I won't do any more. But I want to give this a shot and see what happens. And I like doing experiments right here on the channel so that you can see them. Use a paper towel as a blotter. And of course, as we all know, wet paper is weak paper. Now I'm going to actually add a little water to that. This is distilled water, so it shouldn't have any minerals in it. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Take a look at the other side. I got this little container that I keep distilled water in at a dollar store. I got 2 of them for $1. They're in the cake decorating area, made to, you know, do icing and stuff. So works really good for holding distilled water, and I don't have to worry about it evaporating or getting contaminated. Okay, we're going to let this dry and see what happens to it. And I'll give you an update on that at the end of the video. But right now, let me go get those 2 comics. Alright, here's the first one. And we have a little bit of ink loss, but it's hard to see. Overall, the schmutz mostly came off of the front. Now the back cover, not so much. That we lost some ink, and it's still wrinkled. I need to. It wouldn't hurt to press this again, but God, I hate pressing new comics because the ink sticks together, and it's a real pain. I might go ahead and work on that. I don't know. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one, again, there's some ink loss, but that's because of the type of stain that it was. It's some kind of food or something that actually took some of the gloss and the ink off of it. So I don't like dealing with new comics. I don't like trying to fix them. I don't like trying to repair them. The paper's crap on the new comics. That's all I have to say about that. The paper is really hard to work with. So I'm not too happy with those, but, you know, I mean, they're still good reader copies, so I'll put them and let somebody buy them cheap. You know, maybe $1 for both or something. I don't know. I'm not going to put a certificate or anything with them. Yeah. I'm going to go check on that. I'll be back in about an hour or two once that paper dries and we can check it out. And we'll finish the Jimmy Olsen comic next week or the week after. In the meantime, make sure, before you handle your comics, and especially before you try to clean your comics, wash your hands, wear gloves if you can wear them, and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye. And you thought I forgot. I'm going to take a quick look at this. I can still see the stain. It is faded. It is a lot lighter. Probably 5 or 6 more tries with that and I can get it completely gone. I don't know if I can... Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in on it. That might be better. Yeah, you can still see the stain, but it's not as bad. I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to spend forever on one comic book. I may revisit it later and finish it off. I don't know. Got to wait for the cover to finish drying, and like I said, we'll see that on next week's video. I'll get the cover to dry, I'll reinforce it and put it back together, and hopefully the staple won't be so bad that it can't be reused. So I'll let you know all of that next Thursday. And make sure you come see me tonight on my live stream. 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern.